Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
What's going on, everybody? It's that time. It's later, but hey, guess what? We're still here. We're podcasting. It's time for Big Game Sports Buzz, where the sports fanatic and the pro athlete get together to talk about sports and all things involved with it. I am Jay Stocks, the Buff Nerd, and of course, I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why this show is called what it is. That is Big Game James. What up, dude? How you doing?
Hammer, don't hurt him. Hey, Jay, I know I just had a crazy thought. Please forgive me. What's your thoughts on the hype man?
The hype man? Oh, the hype man is an amazing thing to have. I mean, most people have. I mean, you talk about Flavor Flav is one of the best hype men.
Chuck D had Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
MC Hammer had the Too Big MC.
There you go. The time my man had Jerome.
On Morris Day had Jerome.
Morris Day had Jerome.
He didn't do nothing but hold the mirror and run around the stage and tell Jerome. Let me tell Morris Day how pretty he was. Jungle love.
No.
Oh, we. Oh,
hey,
my bad.
Diddy had the dude. No,
Bentley Farnsworth.
Bentley Farnsworth.
Wow.
You need a hype man. I hope I'm living up to the hype man for Big Game.
Hey, let's do this, bro.
That's what I aspire to.
I know this is random, and that was random. You know, it was very random tonight.
Yeah.
Next week, top 5 hype man.
Let's go. I'm putting it down right now.
Next week, top 5 hype man. You know,
top 5 hype man. Let's do it.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Mark it. Done. Hey, and make sure next week you can check us out on your favorite podcast platform. Of course, that's Amazon, Apple Plus, wherever you listen to your podcast. And of course, we want you to like, subscribe, and smash that bell so you know when Big Game Entertainment does come on, you can come in, check us out, and chat with us. We always love to read your chats and chat with you. Again, smash that bell, share, make sure that you like, you love it. The content, we have people coming in. We'd love for you to share with us. So share, make sure that you like, you love it. The content, really.
Hey man,
it's that kind of night, but I sure appreciate it. Yeah, let's rewind that because you know what? We've got tonight. We got 4 downs. Oh hell no! Keep it on the court. One got to go, and of course tonight's top 5. Which is top 5 childhood snacks. Childhood snacks. And you may be surprised what I pull out of the hat tonight.
I just changed one in my brain just now. It sounds like it. And Big Game is doing Big Game. I just changed 2 in my head.
Bro, so did I. Actually 3. I just changed 3.
Shit, this is going to be a good one.
It out, so.
Hey, man, without further ado, dog, let's get this thing rolling, baby.
Let's do it. 4 downs. Right, and as it says, the 4 downs are the hottest topics in sports right now. So let's go into this first one. Will the Ravens signing OBJ be enough to make Lamar Jackson happy? So is this a done deal? Let me ask this. Is this a done deal? This is actually like gone down. He is officially signed with the Ravens, or is it just speculation? Or
it's done deal. He is supposed to go visit the Jets this Monday, and instead Baltimore threw him the bag. And Jay, not only did he got a 1 year guaranteed, deal of $15 million.
That's what he wanted.
15 mil.
That's what he
for
said. That's around
Odell
what he wanted.
Beckham Jr. I heard everyone else's price tag was around 8, and then with incentives, it could have gotten up to 12.
Right.
But now I say this. I used to be very hard and skeptical about Odell Beckham's antics and stuff off the field. But when he got traded from Cleveland to the Rams, I saw the player that looked like it was all about football again up until he got hurt in the Super Bowl. And so I think Odell Beckham brings a dynamic. He's had a few injuries lately. Don't know how healthy he really is. But I think it's a weapon that helps Lamar Jackson. I think now, the elephant in the room, does it make him happy? I don't think anything's going to make Lamar happy until he gets the deal that he wants. But I think it's a step in the right direction to give him a receiver. And then they got a Nelson Aguilar also. So maybe those two pieces help a little bit, and you find somebody else in the draft. Lamar go ahead and play for that tender, and they all sing Kumbaya at the end of the day.
Well, the problem though is that, even though because of that tag, they're waiting around and they're keeping him in limbo. And I don't think anyone really wants to pay that amount. And we're not just talking money wise. I think the money is not the issue. It's more of the picks and the draft picks. And so when you start having that conversation of, well, we're going to want at least 2 first rounds, we're going to want second rounds, we're going to want what we want for him, knowing that basically his contract is up. He doesn't want to be there. You sign OBJ, but this is also a guy that went deep in the playoffs, won the MVP of the league, and this is how you treat him. I mean,
but Jay, we've already said that there's been some disrespect on Lamar Jackson's part, but at the same time, are the Baltimore Ravens not caring about his feelings and say, hey, this is an all-in 1-year deal. Let's make this thing work. Let's try to get us a championship. And then we can talk after that.
But are they really championship pedigree at this point? Like,
it's yet to be seen. You're right.
With Odell Beckham, with his injuries starting to pile up with not only OBJ, and he had major injuries, right? And then you have Lamar that's had injuries, and we don't know the real extent of it. I think there may be some flubbing going on because of some not so happy feelings. And not to say that he would do that, but I wouldn't put it past him. Hey, it maybe hurts a little bit more than it does. And maybe I want to protect myself a little bit more because you really don't care about me. So why should I extend myself? You know what I mean? I'm still young. I still have a lot to give. And I don't want to get out here and hurt myself even more. Again, we've talked about the RG3s and, of the league and whatnot. Play until you get hurt, and now you're out of the league at a young age and before your prime is really realized. So, signing OBJ, I don't think makes him happy. I think respecting him, especially contract-wise, what makes him happy. You can say go all in for that year, but I don't see them in the Super Bowl. Because to me, it should be Super Bowl or bust.
Super Bowl or bust for the Ravens, who hadn't done a whole lot free agent wise. And you talked about the amount of draft picks last week on the show.
Yeah.
So do they even have enough to get it done through the draft to make this a sufficient move?
I mean, the only thing I can say is that this is the type of move that reminds me of what they did several years back where they signed a bunch of veterans, basically try and, buy a Super Bowl. Didn't really work out that well. They went to the playoffs and whatnot, but it's one of those pieces where I'm looking at the Ravens and saying, listen, if you really want to do right by your organization, not the player, the organization, you do a sign and trade, or you do something where you can say, look, we need to get and they're doing that with this tag, but yeah, no one wants to pay that much for him.
Yeah, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, man.
Exactly.
I don't think he goes down.
I don't think so either. I think he stays a Raven.
Yeah, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. That's my bad.
Exactly.
I don't think he goes down. Sorry. I was trying to. Hey, man. Hey,
It's a nice hat.
technology to another level. You're funny. I don't know. I think it's a good signing for them, but I don't think it changed. If he asked for a trade March 2nd,
Yeah.
I don't think feelings have changed. Now, supposedly, I don't know how real this is or how old it is. Supposedly, there's a picture of Odell Beckham and Lamar Jackson in the club together, popping bottles, and there's a sign that says "Welcome, OBJ." Now, I don't know if that's real. I mean, I don't know how old that was. I don't know if the sign was photoshopped to say that, but needless to say, do you think Odell talks to Lamar before he makes this kind of decision? Do you think that he had, you know what I'm saying, some kind of insurance from Lamar Jackson that, yeah, come on, big dog, we're going to make this thing work? Or you think he just rolling? Because I don't see Odell Beckham signing a 1-year deal if Lamar Jackson's not going to be his quarterback.
I do, for this reason, for two reasons. Number one, he has a Super Bowl ring, therefore he's a champion.
Okay.
Number two, he played in Cleveland with a bad quarterback, or let's say mediocre or average at best. So whoever is there, it don't really matter.
Okay.
And then here's the last reason. He got his money guaranteed. He got 15 mil guaranteed.
So is it just about the bag for Odell? Is it only because of the bag? The hell with Lamar. I'm going, even if I got somebody else throwing me. Brad Huntley. Is it Huntley the backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Throwing me the ball in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay, then. I mean, I just had to ask a question, man, because it makes you scratch. Because it makes you scratch your head and wonder what the real, motivation is behind it. But needless to say,
because here's the deal. You talked about it, and very rightly so. He was going to be offered 8 mil to go to different teams that had quote unquote better chances and were more stable. The Jets, I like the Jets. I like what they're doing and the direction they're going in. I like their coach and the mindset there. We can talk about the Cowboys where, hey, you know what? Had a great chance to go there. 5 mil for this year, and then possibly even more moving forward. It wouldn't have been 15. And I think at that time he was asking for 20 per year, but somewhere in the realms of, 10 to 12, I think they definitely would have done that for an OBJ, for a long-term deal. And when we say long-term, we're talking like 2 to 3 years, not knowing how, well that knee was. But that was the other part was we got to see how you look. And he wasn't really forthcoming with that. Let's be honest. He was, pretty mum about how well he was and his legs were and his knees felt. So, and we already have a receiver down here in Dallas that is coming off of a major injury and major surgery again that got the bag.
And about a major payday.
And got the bag. So, yeah, I'm happy for him. He got his money. I'll never, dog or diss a person that's gotten their money, but just understand that motivation for it. No, no. I think Lamar will be a Raven against his wishes, against what he wants. So
all right,
there's that. Second down. Tiger Woods pulls out of the Masters this past weekend. Looked pretty good. He actually made the cut. But are we starting to see that? I think, the question is this the beginning of the end? I think we're already there. I think we're starting to see this is it. These are the last days of Tiger dominance.
Now, Jay, do you think? Okay, last days of Tiger dominance, but do you think that rainy, eerie weather in Augusta played a part to that? With all the man's had 5 back surgeries and coming off the leg from the car accident.
Mm-hmm.
You know, coming from a former lineman that's had knee surgery, the weather plays a part in how my bones
Sure.
feel and how
Sure.
I get around. I hate to see, and I guess part of me is just in Tiger denial. I don't want to admit to Tiger being on the decline and that it's over. I guess
Right.
I'm like, I'm asking the Buff Nerd a question, hoping that he say, "Nah, he got one more run in him." But realistically, I don't really feel like that. I feel like that last day looked rough when he had to withdraw, man. I was like,
Yeah. And it was a foot injury. And to your point, we were just talking about OBJ, and he's going to Baltimore. And that weather is not going to be nice to those legs. Um, can he? I mean, yeah, Tiger can. I think he can make a run in a tournament that is conducive to, as far as the weather,
mhm.
the greens, how he plays. Yes, because he exerts a lot of torque on his body, even at this age, even after the injuries. But the thing is that here's the thing I have to say about Michael Jordan. As much as I give grief about the quote unquote greatest of all time tag, Michael Jordan was able to do something that very few players were able to do over his career, and that was change and understand that I don't dunk every time I come down the floor, right? Um, Sometimes it's a fadeaway. Sometimes it's a uh, dribble drive. Just depends. Just depends. So I think that's the thing with Tiger is that he has not been able to change over time, and because of that, it has taken a toll on his body and his game.
What would that change look like in golf, Jay? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like, I feel you about Michael Jordan and on the basketball court.
yeah,
I'm not just gonna be fly high through the sky and dunk on you, but I'm gonna have to work on a little
right,
back down, fade away, turn around, jump shot, pull up
yeah,
at the elbow. I
right,
feel you. Is it not going for as long a drive? Like, well, I'm trying to
yeah,
imagine and picture what that change looks like on in the golf aspect.
yeah. I mean, instead of, and you said it right, instead of going for that, I'm going to try and drive a par four, right? Go ahead and take the quote unquote layup instead of that, and now let's shoot for angles. Again, I'm not going to try and drive it over trees, over you know, rough, over hazards. I'm going to actually try and drive. Let's say you have a par four that's 412 yards. I'm
Mhm.
not trying to drive it 350, 360 yards. I'm going to try and drive it 275, maybe three, and it's maybe 250 in the air, 260 in the air. It'll roll, and I'll
Mhm.
have a better angle to go onto the green and then work on my short game. The thing about Tiger that has been his calling card is his power and drive and the ability to just drive long holes. The par fives, the long par fours where others could not. And now the field has caught up to Tiger.
Mm.
And that's the part that no one wants to talk about is that the field is caught up. They've caught up to him.
Okay.
And so because of that, again, you couple that with injuries, it makes things difficult. And yeah, it's a hero. He's a hero. He did things that no one did before that we were able to appreciate. He can't do it anymore.
So he's not even 50 yet. When do you qualify to go on a senior tour? Is that when you turn 50?
Senior tour, I believe, is 55.
Okay.
I think it's
So
55.
and I think him seeing Phil Mickelson finish second in this Masters, I think that
Mhm.
might still motivate him to try to get back and get right and keep pushing forward. But I think I think that ship too has sailed and those days are past him. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't
Yeah,
think Tiger won another big one.
yeah, and I think everyone does, because Tiger brings viewers. Justin Spieth is great to watch, and John Rahm, and all these other. That's great, and Rory is still there, who can't win, you know, who leads and then fizzles out, but Tiger will bring him, and it doesn't matter who you are. You want to see him.
Okay,
You want to see him play well.
All
So
right.
there's that on that. Third down, and this was actually interesting, and I haven't heard this, but when you put it up, I said, how about that? Devin White is requesting a trade from the Bucks. And I say this is interesting because the question now becomes why? Why would Devin White request a trade from the Bucks? Maybe you can help me out with this. You help me out with this.
Yeah. Now, Jay, it's funny because anything Tampa Bay around work or anywhere else, it's like cold blue. You know what I'm saying? 911. Let's hit up James and see what the
Right.
hell is going on. My phone just starts.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on at one time where I'm getting multiple messages and it's like breaking news,
Right.
Devin White. I was like, nah, whatever, it's fake. And so I get a break. I sit down and I go and pull up, NBC Sports. I Google searched it. And lo and
Yeah.
behold, Devin White wants out of Tampa, stating that, just differences in the team. He just, upset. But really talking to another source or somebody that, I know in Tampa, and they said
Yeah.
it's all because, going into the last year of his contract, he feels like he should be the highest paid interior linebacker in the game and wants a new deal. Now, this is my thing. We always talk about not being mad at players getting the bag, Jay. I'm all
Right.
about Devin White getting paid, but your timing couldn't suck more than anything else right now. You already know the team is, that cap strap from the Brady contract and
Yeah.
everything, and Leonard Fournette and everybody else that they had that they deferred those monies to this season.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality of you getting the bag that you want is not going to happen.
Right.
Let me think about it. Levante David had to take a 1-year deal to come back to the team. And he's a staple and been, the foundation and rock of the linebacking core since he's been there, right?
Yeah.
And not just that. Let's think back to some of the conversations we had during the football season where Devin White, I put him on a Where's Waldo poster because he had that 3-game stretch following the Baltimore that started in the first Carolina Panthers game and the Baltimore Ravens game where we're like, where the hell is Devin White and what the hell is going on?
What's going
You know
on?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now you come back and you're demanding to want this back. And I'm not mad at you, Jay. Now, Jay, I had to look at it and shout out to my boy TPA Hirsch who sent me some. So right now, Roquan Smith is the highest paid interior lineman. And he requested that trade from the Bears last year because he wanted his bag and he got it in Baltimore. So Roquan Smith right now is on a 5-year, $100 million deal. Shaquille Leonard, 5-year, $98 million deal. Fred Warner, 5-year, $95 million deal. Tremaine Edmonds out of Buffalo, 4-year, $72 million deal. And then you got CJ Mosley on a 5-year, $85 million deal. And so now you have to ask yourself, where does Devin White fall in the middle of all these players? And is it realistic for Tampa Bay to try to extend him right now? And I'm going to say, hell to the nah. They don't have the means of doing it right now. My whole thing is, Jay, play your 5th year.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the end of that, in the middle of that season, we see how the player's going, then Tampa Bay can go ahead and extend him and make that thing work.
Yeah.
But for him to come in now, man, come on, dog.
Yeah. You don't have a quarterback. I don't care what you say. Tampa Bay does not have a quarterback.
We have 2.
Okay, fair enough. You have 2 quarterbacks. And it looks like Trask is your guy, right?
At least on the roster, we have 2.
The lineman situation last year was really bad with injuries. So you got to come back from that. Make sure that they're good. You lost some to free agency at the beginning. So, I mean, now you have to replenish that. Your running back situation, for whatever you want to call it, is what it is. And it's just a bad situation there. And you're right. The timing could not be any worse. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you. White needs to be a lot more consistent. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what everyone is saying.
It's almost an understatement for you to come in and to really, I mean, and this is what I was told that the trade was about, is about the money that he's coming to Tampa a couple different times and, asked to be extended and they didn't do it. And so now it's like he's requesting, demanding a trade. But your play doesn't warrant, and I can't say that. Your play this past season probably made the Buccaneers hesitant, yet they knew the cap situation with Brady. So, you know what I'm saying? If anything else, call TB12, ask them to borrow a couple mil from him to hold you tight until you're able to get this deal.
Listen, TB12 ain't helping nobody else out. He already did his deal, his helping of people out, and you saw what happened there. So he's done helping people out, and that's going to be that on that. And he's going to take his money because he needs it. He's going to take his money and he's going to go down to Miami and he's going to be on TV. He's going to live his life. He's going to live his best life.
I wish I could have played for that.
And my other thing is that, your head coach is the defensive coordinator. So if anyone I would think that would have your back would be your head coach, right? And he would see you every day. And he knows your worth. So,
but Jay, I don't think no one's slighting Devin White in his worth for the team. Dog, he's about to make $11.3 million this year. In the 5th-year option of this contract from his first contract, $11.3 million, and
which is a lot,
a lot of money. And he's gonna get the thing is he will get extended, but to come out now and demand a trade, your timing is piss poor, bro. Like awful.
And this coming off a rookie contract?
Yeah, because I think it was 18 he got drafted. This is his 5th year. He's the first round draft.
5th year.
He was the 5th pick when he came out. This is coming finishing up this rookie deal. 20-something years old. Plenty of ball left to be played. He's gonna get his bag.
Excuse me. What up, Wallace? You're not catching us late. You catching us. So we appreciate you. Make sure that you hit that like though and share because that always helps with the algorithm and all that other stuff that goes out there.
Thumbs up, baby.
Yeah, get the thumbs up. But yeah, man, I feel you on that. This just inopportune, not the right time, and Tampa Bay has a lot to work on.
Hey Jay, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say something though, because you my man, 50 grand. I'm scared of this season, dog, coming up, man. I am scared of this season coming up. Last 3 years, brother had a lot of confidence, feeling real good about what's going on down in Tampa Bay. But I'm skeptical until I see this draft.
Let me tell you something. Big game at the beginning of the season for the past 2 seasons and maybe 3. But he'd see the Cowboys and the Bucks coming up on the schedule. It's like, oh, that's a dub. That's what he would say. That's a dub. That's a dub, buff nerd. That's a dub. That's what he would say to me. You already know they're going down. You already know they're going down. That's what he would say to me, people. Not so much this year. Not so much this year. Hey, let the heavens open. Okay? And let's get on down.
Good thing we don't play y'all this year because I sure don't want to hear your goddamn mouth.
Maybe y'all make the playoffs.
We might.
Right? They gonna get dealt with this year. Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Atlanta steadily making moves, dog.
Atlanta and New Orleans.
Fuck them. I can't stand the Saints right now, dog. Cam Jordan got on my nerves. And I like him too, but he pissed me off, man. Shit. Shout out to my boy Big Q in the sports coma, man. But goddamn, dog, New Orleans is on my nerves right now, man.
Hey, man, but guess what? They about to be on that behind this year. So yeah, big moves. Fourth down, WNBA just had their draft. Did anybody watch it? I mean, okay. Should there be more hype around it? Is this still considered a niche sport?
Hey,
Is
Jay,
professional women's basketball considered a niche sport?
yeah. I mean, dude, I had every intention of watching the draft,
Sure.
and
Sure you did.
I did, and I started doing something, and here my wife goes, "The WNBA draft was tonight." I said, "Oh, I forgot to watch it." And it's one of those things where, no, but see, I think I'm more excited to watch the draft coming off of March Madness tournament just ending
Sure.
than I get for the season sometimes. Not trying to be funny,
Sure.
because
Yeah.
you know the hype of women's basketball, this March Madness was awesome. To where
Yeah.
it seemed like you would carry some momentum going into their draft.
Right. Right.
And WNBA is a very necessary thing because it shows young women that they can achieve their hoop dreams also. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that. I feel like we need it because it gives a lot of young girls that outlet of wanting to, reach the NBA just like the fellas do from watching Mike back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I think it helps. I think it's necessary. It will never garner the same kind of excitement. And I might get hit or shot or slapped for saying this. And tell me if you think I'm right or wrong, Jay. I bet you the men's lottery selection will have more views than the WNBA draft. Just fools watching the ping pong balls and that card getting opened up to see who gets the first pick will have more views than the WNBA, and that's a shame.
This is fellas right now. Damn. Right? That's fellas. That's fellas. I'm saying, it's just, and while I appreciate that comment. Need to move the women's NBA draft back another week. Why? And I know it's right after March Madness for them, so you can catch the hype.
Well, not just that, they start summer, so they got to get,
they
got to
get
ready to get to camp and everything else. So
yeah,
it's
necessary. I mean, I get that. It's necessary for it to be early. It's right after March Madness, but I think it's also to catch that hype, and then you have the camps and all of that. But the reality is, it's boring to watch because, and we've talked about this for the past several weeks, there's no one to root against. Because you have to have people to root against in order to root for.
They ain't got no villains.
You need villains. You need heels. You need teams and players that you can look at and say, I hate them. UConn is that team in NCAA women's because they are that good. And people, they either love winners or they really hate winners. And so that's them. And you had Gina Ariyama against Big Pat, right, down in Tennessee. Because they would go head to head. And he was always just, and Kill Mulkey is kind of that villain now. And Angel Reese is kind of fallen into that with LSU. So now it's like, let's see what LSU is going to do now. And she's just a sophomore. So there's going to be a lot of hype going behind NCAA, because you're watching to see what they're going to do next. And South Carolina State, that they're just good and they can ball out. But when they get to the league, it's like, okay, can you name anybody in the league that you're like, I would want to watch them play? Or they're so good, I just want to see them lose.
Anesco from Oregon, that's with New York Liberty, and then the girl from UConn that's just left, Storm, she going to New York. Her Brianna Stewart. I mean, those are names that Sue Bird. I still like Sue. I still like watching Diana Taurasi.
Sue Bird is like 57 years old, bro.
Yeah, she older than me. I know.
I'm saying, like 57 playing in the league. Like nobody's want. Listen, okay, let's just do this. No one wants to watch old women play basketball.
Damn, you said that. You said that there, dog.
It'll show enough of women's NBA draft previews before the draft to get it out there.
That's true, Wallace. They don't build it up like the men's draft does. That's true.
They do not. They do not. But again, no one wants to watch old women play basketball.
Aisha, you're missing this. Oh Jesus. She gonna send you a message.
No one wants to watch that. No one cares for that.
Hey,
I
well,
don't want to see that.
Y'all, when Jay Stoggs makes comments like that, it only makes me say one thing.
I still got more.
You got more? Go ahead.
More.
Go ahead, get it out.
They don't want to see old women. They don't want to hear about what they got going on. The best thing that was going for the WNBA, and they got rid of that, was Liz Cambage, who was posing naked in her OnlyFans. Now I was like, yo, I can't wait to watch her play, but she's not in the league anymore. So now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, I like watching Liz Cambage too, but it's because she is almost 7 foot, not because she posed naked on OnlyFans.
But now, though, I see what's going on under there.
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
That's right. This is the time of this podcast where we see things that happen throughout the week. I'm glad y'all didn't see what was going on behind there. That makes us say, oh, hell no. Look, this week's, we're going to have to, again, share this because it's just too good for us not to. But since you put it up there, I'm going to let you go ahead and get this one out there, Game.
Hey, Jay, have you ever played a sport where you and a teammate not really getting along and y'all get into it?
Yep.
Has it ever happened?
Yes, sir.
Well, obviously something happened with Minnesota because Rudy Gobert and Kyle Anderson get in an argument and Gobert hauls back and punches him in the chest. They have to be separated. And lo and behold, not just that, here it is, they're playing in the playing game tonight. And their rookie, who's been playing really well this year, Jaden McDaniels, gets mad at halftime and punches a wall and breaks a bone in his hand and in his wrist. So they get the double oh hell nah. Because there's a lot that can happen. We always used to say, hey, fellas, this is our house. Whatever happened in house, we keep in house, and we're not going to expose that dirty laundry to everybody else, right?
Right.
Stuff happens.
Well,
but you blatantly threw a punch on a televised game in front of everybody and hit your teammate, and you wasn't really that mad because you punched him in the chest. If you was really mad, you would have caught him on the chin. So Rudy Gobert is like, excuse my language, boys and girls, Rudy Gobert is the king of fuckery. It's like there's always something that goes on and Rudy Gobert is in the middle of it. So Rudy, from Big Game James and Big Game Sports Buzz, you get the oh hell no this week.
There you go. There you go. That's a great one. I said we were going to share, but then I got to thinking about something. The Dallas Mavericks. I have come to the realization that, to use your word, there is effery going on. Effery down at the AAC. And it starts from the top down. Oh, man. You sit all of your starters except for Luka, but now you're getting investigated for tanking.
Luka didn't play that game either, did he? No, he didn't.
Oh no, that's right, he didn't. My bad. You're right, he didn't. So now you're getting investigated for tanking, because hey, you could have won, but then decided not to. You're optimistic that Kyrie wants to stay here, but you do an exit interview with him the next day. You do an exit interview with everyone right after the last game. Nico Harris has never been a GM.
Kyrie skipped his exit interview. He didn't even do it.
Well, he did do it. It was just on his time.
Oh,
He didn't do it when everyone else did it.
Okay.
Right. Right. Yeah, because Nico said that today in his presser. And yeah, I don't trust this guy. I don't trust the organization. And I feel as though this is the beginning of the end. How do you go from Western Conference Finals participant to you don't even get into the playing game? Like the Lakers were out. They had injuries. Past 2 or 3 players, you really don't know who's on this roster. It changes day to day. Yeah, it's just I don't understand what's going on with this team. It's very nauseating. First time I've ever seen the team tank, and Luka did play. He did. He got taken out early in the first quarter. That's right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. And it was like, okay, you know what? We may actually win this. Let's take him out. Everybody else was sitting. And all their starters were sitting. You get rid of Dinwiddie, who was actually a good player on the team. You leave Finley Jr. You don't play Christian Wood, real minutes.
You mean Hardaway Jr.?
No, Christian Wood.
No, you said Finley Jr. Who's Finley Jr.?
I'm sorry, yeah, Hardaway Jr. Thinking of Dorian Finney-Smith. They traded him away. Keep Bullock. And I mean, you don't play defense.
You can't play with Bullocks.
You playing. I mean, they're scoring. Teams are scoring like 120 points on you every night. It's not one night that they not scoring on you.
Boy.
Yeah, that part. So, oh hell no, Mavericks. Good job. Keeping with that theme, let's go and let's keep it on the court. All right, so for our first subject on keep it on the court, best team in the West, best team in the East. Let's start with the East, because I think we can start there and pretty easily kind of see who's where.
It's either Boston or Milwaukee, don't you think? I'm gonna say the Celtics right now, the best team in the East, man.
I would say Boston, even though they're second seed, but I'm cool with them being second seed.
So
Don't
who's
discount
number one? Philly.
Yeah.
There's something about them I don't trust.
Although
Embiid has been a monster this year, there's something
he
about
had.
him that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. It's like you can't trust them because there's always something that happens. They're the Raiders of NBA, right? They get raided. They're the Raiders of the NBA, though. They're doing well, they're going great, and then all of a sudden,
out of nowhere,
someone hits a corner three, done. Someone gets hurt, you're out. Someone can't shoot free throws. It's always something that happens to them where they can't get over that hump. So yeah, but it's still Philly. It's Philly and it's Boston. I just saw where the Hawks actually upset the Heat tonight for the 7th seed. Yes, okay. Whatever. So
don't be mad at me because your team at home chilling, tanking the games on purpose, trying to get a better pick. They wanted to get their shit up to New York Cheater.
Yeah, that's a protected 10, man. We got to keep that. We need it.
Cheaters.
We ain't got nobody. Kyrie may not be back.
Man, no man.
The Bucks are number 1 and Philly is number 3. Thank you, Wallace. Bucks are number 1. Philly is number 3. I still like Philly though. For some reason, I like Philly.
And it's too easy to say Bucks. I almost said Bucks, but I think Boston's played pretty well. Missoula, great coach.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but hey, that's what I think.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Down with that. So out in the West, I know Sacktown is up there. They were able to retain their spot. I cannot go against Golden State. I don't care where they're seated.
What?
I don't care.
You know their record on the road this year has been horrible, right?
You know what happened last year when people discounted them and they bet against them? They lost money. How about this?
All right.
Steve Kerr
Mm-hmm.
has never lost a playoff series. Never lost a playoff series. He's only lost one championship series.
So the championship series don't count as the playoff series?
No, he didn't. That was Mark. That was Mark. That was the other coach.
Why Steve Kerr was out because of his back?
Yeah, or something like that. But
whatever, man.
He's never lost.
Hey, man.
He's never lost.
So you trying to say you don't trust the Denver Nuggets at all? That's the number one seed in the West.
No. Why would you trust Denver Nuggets?
I just asked a question. I didn't say I trusted them. I just asked you your opinion.
No, you were very skeptical. You don't trust the Denver Nuggets? No, I don't trust the Denver Nuggets.
I think this might be the year Denver gets over the hump.
Man, come on. With who?
Murray, Jokic,
and
Gordon. Leslie Shemit.
Nah. I'm not trusting that at all. Not trusting.
All right, man. If you say so,
bro. Most dangerous team in the play-in.
Lakers.
Really?
I think they're playing pretty good right now, man. And now if they end up losing tonight to the Timberwolves, which I don't think that could happen because Gobert's dumbass got suspended for a game. I mean, look at the play in the team in the East. I thought would have been good. The Heat got eliminated by the Hawks tonight, right?
Yeah. So they play the loser.
They play the loser. No, they play the winner of the next. I got it right here. My bad.
It's very confusing. I don't know why they made it so freaking confusing.
Well, they play the winner of the Chicago-Toronto game.
Okay. This is the Heat or the Hawks?
The Hawks made it. So the Hawks have to play against they're the 7th seed. They're going to go against Boston now.
Boston, yeah. Okay.
In the first round. Come on, Hawks. I need to upset the first round.
You think they got the magic like they did last time when they beat New York?
Mm-mm. It sounds good though. I got to cheer for them in my team.
Sounds good. But
sounds good. But I just told you the truth, though. No, I don't. Mm-mm. All right. And one of their best shooters out in Sacramento right now shooting for them, Kevin Herter. They're doing a good job out there. They should have signed him back.
Great job there. Great job there. I'm surprised about with you and the Lakers, but I mean,
so who's your favorite team in the play-in? Most dangerous?
To be honest, I don't like any of them.
The hell don't like? Who has the best chance out of all these playing teams to make it to the NBA Finals?
Yeah, y'all ain't beating the Celtics. The finals?
That would make them the most dangerous. Nobody has a chance to make the finals. No. Lakers don't have a chance at all.
They have the best chance to make the deepest run. I'll say that, but not the finals. Mainly because you got Mr. Glass over there, aka Street Clothes.
Yeah, he does get glass. He gets rebounds. You're right.
No, Mr. Glass, i.e., breaks easy.
I know what you're talking about, man. I know what you're talking about, dog.
I can't trust that. So, yeah. But yeah, I think they can be the ones that do that. This was interesting. DeMarcus Cousins going to play in Puerto Rico.
Man,
big deal? Not so big deal.
I just remember when DeMarcus Cousins was a force early on in Sacramento, right?
Ew, big. Hey, ooh.
Whoa, pump the brakes. 60 to 49? I said if they win, they're the most dangerous.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead and play that sound bite. Boop, 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 boop. Go ahead and play that. Unmute and play that backing up. So, because that's what you're doing right now. Yeah, play that sound bite.
Hold on, man. You want me to? I ain't scared of standing by what I said, dog. Wallace, I believe that shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the most dangerous team in the play in this year is going to be the Atlanta Hawks. Nah. Hey, man, I stand by that, dog.
I hear you. You got to do that. Because, yeah.
No, but real talk, talking about
DeMarcus
Cousins, I was just like, there's some players that's taking up space on rosters here that's not doing nothing. And then you got guys like DeMarcus Cousins, and he's about to play in Puerto Rico. Dwight Howard had to go to Taiwan this year. I think those are guys that can play in this league still. To what capacity, I don't know. Every down, a bunch of a lot of play contributor, maybe not, but I just think it's good. I want to keep an eye out to see what he looks like going to play in Puerto Rico. And hopefully that he can have. I like DeMarcus Cousins, man. I just, I like the bigs. I just show hate. And then when he did come back and got them Achilles blowouts, that was it. It was a wrap.
Well, here's what I would say to players like that, the Dwight Howard and DeMarcus Cousins. Why don't you go over to the big three?
It's not real full court basketball. I think he's doing a Puerto Rico thing to try to come back.
You come back. He blew out his Achilles. Man, go take your big behind over to the big three, make some money, sign some signatures, do your thing. You stay relevant. It's a league that's relevant. People come and see you. People say, I don't get that. I don't get that. If you still think you got something in the tank, you don't have to run up and down the court like that. The game has passed them by. The league is not there anymore. The big man is not what it used to be. Okay. And I get that DeMarcus Cousins is a big that can do a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still a big.
You're right.
And the game is not there anymore.
The game has changed. All right, man. We ain't gonna be the dead horse. That's what you said. Yes, sir. Keeping it going.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Gobert suspended for playing the game. We talked about this in the hell no. Apparently that doesn't matter because the Lakers suck that much.
It's only an 11-point game. That's nothing in the league, Jay.
He says, yeah, that's true. The NBA is all about runs.
It's
all about runs.
All about runs, bro.
It's all about runs.
It's like, we like to run our mouths. It's okay. It's about runs.
Because they're trying to make some money. Okay. In Puerto Rico?
Wallace, I mean, he didn't pay. They play okay overseas, but I think he's doing it more so to get the reps and see if he can come back. That's what I think. I don't think it's even about the bread for Cousins. I mean, I want to see him play again. I'm not saying I want to see him come to Atlanta to play, but I want to see him play. I can't keep it all the way 100 with you, Jay.
Always keep it 100, my man. Always keep it 100. Speaking of keeping it 100, let's go ahead and let's do this. What's this thing called? One gotta go.
One gotta go.
All right, so this is a segment that really no one likes. Let's get to it.
Hey Jay, you ain't gotta be all short lived because the last week's one gotta go created a conversation between you and A Reed. And hey, man, that was on the Chop Shop last week, guys. If y'all haven't had a chance to see it, go check out the Chop Shop with A Reed, Jay Stoggs, and myself. And that was a good show, man. I even thought me and Jay Stoggs was gonna fight for a minute, man. It was really good. It was really good. But anyway, one gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about snacks and treats or whatever else. So I decided to go with a similar type treat. It's cereal. And it's all frosted cereals. You got to tell me which one got to go, Jay.
All right.
Frosted Flakes, Frosted Toast Crunch, Frosted Krispies, or Frosted Cheerios. All those major cereals did a frosted version.
Okay, I don't even know what Frosted Krispies is. Is that like
So
Rice
it's
Krispies?
It's Rice Krispie treats.
It's
They just
frosted.
have frosted. Yeah, it's frosted Rice Krispie treats.
Well, I like Rice Krispie treats, so I'm good with that. Frosted Cheerios. Cheerios are good. You frost them?
Hey man, you ever had frosted Cheerios?
I've never had it. And it sounds like you're taking a good food and making it bad. I'm saying it's not coming back to Plan B. That's funny, Wallace.
He's right. I mean, he's right. He's right, man. He's talking about DeMarcus Cousins. He's not coming back to play.
Yeah, I know.
It's over.
Yeah, I guess it'd have to be frosted toasted. What did you say?
Crunch. So instead of cinnamon toast crunch, they have a frosted toast crunch.
Oh no. And cinnamon toast crunch is perfect. It's perfect.
It is not. But so you never tried the peanut butter toast crunch?
I'm allergic to peanut butter, so I'm
That's
not trying to die.
All right. Well, it's good.
So
no death to the buff nerd.
No, I like frost. I like the first one you said, frosted
Flakes.
I like frosted flakes.
I see.
So I guess, and I hate to do this, but yeah, I'm with Wallace. The frosted toasted
toast crunch. It's all good. I respect that, dog.
I'm gonna have to, because cinnamon toast crunch is so perfect.
All right, I mean,
I've never had it. I'd have to have it.
You never had frosted toast crunch?
No.
Okay. I guess just the thought of it. This was a hard one for me because one, Tony the Tiger, he's great. He's not going nowhere. So Tony the Tiger is always going to stay there. So Frosted Flakes is there. Frosted Toast Crunch, I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I want to try that one. Now these other ones, I've had Frosted Cheerios. They're amazing. The only reason I don't want to get rid of Frosted Krispies, Jay, tell me you didn't always get a spoonful of sugar and sprinkle it over your Rice Krispies.
I was just thinking that. When you were saying that, I was just thinking.
So if I have a Frosted Krispie, I don't have to get that sugar to put over my Rice Krispies, just to drink that sugary ass milk at the end of it. So if that's the case,
man,
I gotta get rid of
Tony.
No, Tony can't go. I'm thinking like you. I think it's got to be the Frosted Toast Crunch because cinnamon is what it is. Frosted Toast Crunch got to go because Frosted Cheerios is banging. Because Honey Nut, I can't eat plain ass Cheerios. Multigrain Cheerios, I know is what's better for my big ass, but you know I like sugar on my stuff every now and then. So it is what it is, man. Good job, Jay. Good job. See, that didn't hurt. That didn't kill you, man.
It did, but it was painful. But you know, we got through it. So hey, now we can say, look, some people, they have lists, and we do too. But some have a top 100, some have a top 50, some have a top 25, some even punk out and do a top 10. But here, Big Game Sports Buzz, no. In or out, top 5. What you got?
Eat
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Yeah, Wallace, I'm telling you, those are facts, man. Hey, putting that sugar in your milk on those Rice Krispies? Yes, sir. Let's go.
Hey,
That
man,
was a must.
if I ever met anybody that said they did not put sugar on their Rice Krispies, I think we would fight, bro. Because I think they'd be
We
lying.
probably would.
I think
That's it. Keeping with that theme, this week's top 5 is top 5 childhood snacks. Now, again, think about when you're a child, when you're a kid, what were some of the snacks that you grew up with? And you're like, hey, I got to have this. It takes you back. If you see it today, you would say, oh, that takes me back. So go ahead. Let's get it.
all right, man. I just changed mine like 2 more times. Anyway, snacks. I'm a big boy. I was a husky kid. I like snacks. And very rarely did I eat a healthy snack.
I love when you say
Sometimes I
you're a
did,
husky kid.
but most of the time I did not. So for me, number 5, old school peanut butter and jelly. Like it still takes me back to this day. And I think it was just my grandfather was like, he couldn't really cook, but he was like the king of snacks. He had snacks everywhere and he used to drive my grandmother crazy. And he'd be like, this is how you make a peanut butter and jelly. Man, Jay, it would be so thick between that Captain John bread or that Little Miss Sunbeam bread. Man, we would go to the Dale Bakery and get them loaves of Sunbeam bread, man. It was just something about it. So when I have peanut butter and jelly now, it still takes me back to a happy place where I get to think about my grandfather, man, because I miss him all the time. And those moments that we share. So peanut butter and jelly. Next for me, Nutty Buddy. Somebody little Debbie and her treats, man. The Nutty Buddy was amazing to me.
Yes, sir.
Also, this involved my grandfather. He would pick me up from school. We would go to DQ, and we would get there Sundays. Sometimes a chocolate dip cone, but it's something about that the hot fudge sundae that we got from DQ, and just because I knew I was with my grandfather, man. We sit out there on the little bench because they didn't even have it was like just a walk-up window DQ. We would sit down on little concrete benches, eat our stuff. He said, "Now don't tell your grandmama we came to Dairy Queen. Wipe the ice cream off your mouth." So I had to clean my mouth up and go home, man. Like, where y'all been? Nowhere. And man, boy, my grandmother knew I was supposed to be home from school at a certain time.
Sir.
Next for me, Oreos. You cannot go wrong with an Oreo. And now they got 9 million flavors of Oreos.
They do.
But
they do.
Oreos and a small cup of milk, man. Dip my Oreos in the milk. Eat it. Mwah, heaven. Takes me back.
That's it.
Last but not least, I don't know what it is. Somebody that damn oatmeal cream pie from Little Debbie. It's nostalgia. Like
Little Debbie knew what to do. She knew how to handle us.
It takes me there. I wish I met Big Debbie when I got older, so we could have had some more snacks around the house.
I'm dead.
That's my list, Jay. That's my list.
Great list. So here we go, and this is the list that when I came up with this list, I knew that it would tick you off. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first one on my list is Tahitian treat.
The drink?
That's a snack. It's a drink.
The drink?
Yep. The drink.
I'm not mad at you about that. I mean, that's just like them little barrels, man. But I mean, it's cool.
Tahitian treat. It's cool. Yeah.
It's all right. It's a drink, but hey.
It was a snack. That's what it was. Star Crunch. Star Crunches. That man, it was something about the chocolate, the caramel with the rice. Let's go. Capri Sun. Yes, it's a drink.
Another drink.
But it's a snack. I like drinks.
But you know what, Jay? You know what?
What's up?
And I'm not even, you know why I'm not mad at you? Because I've gone to the refrigerator just to get a Capri Sun as a kid. I've gone to get just a Capri Sun as a kid. I got you. I feel where you coming from.
That's a good snack. Like, yo, just get a Capri Sun. I'm good. Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks was a favorite of mine.
You didn't get full
What
off
do you
Pop Rocks, bro.
No, but it's a
You
snack.
just poured it under your tongue just to hear the.
But I ate a lot of them. You put it in with Coke. It's a brain explosion. It's fun. But yo, Pop Rocks. That was a snack for me. I wasn't a husky kid growing up. Okay. I was not husky. Just wasn't. Finally.
You still could have had a fat snack. It's okay.
Well, this is it. This last one is it. Sour pickle, but not just any kind of sour pickle. It had to have a now or later, or it could be what's called a Kool-Aid pickle.
That's a Texas thing.
If you're not familiar with a Kool-Aid pickle, it's where you take a pickle, you take Kool-Aid, you put it in a bag, you let the pickle soak it up, and your pickle will actually turn like a different color. Usually you would use red.
Purple
Kool-Aid.
or red. Yeah, man.
Red. Exactly. And yeah, and you would eat that. And you would not give up the booty of the pickle, because if you did, that means we're going steady. Never gave up the booty of the pickle. And that was the round part at the end. You just suck on that for days. That's it. What about the vanilla wafers or the oatmeal pie? Ooh,
I said oatmeal pie.
That oatmeal pie would take me, man. Look,
Didn't I say oatmeal cream pie?
I think you did.
Not thinking that was my number one. I said that.
Okay.
After Oreo, I'm trying to make sure we're on the same thing. Because when I moved out to California, Jay,
yeah,
these fools like the defrosted animal cookies. Yeah, dog, and corn nuts. I almost broke a whole molar out eating corn nuts. Hey, what are you this shit?
What you mean that's a Texas thing? Come on now,
No,
Wallace.
Hey, with the pickle, that's a Texas thing, Jay. You know when I learned about the damn Kool-Aid pickles?
What's that?
At the fair.
Hey, I'm telling you though, that's man, and you get it chilled, you have it cold. Oh my God.
Hey man, y'all made me. Hey, I was like, I gotta buy a pack of Kool-Aid to make me one of them pickles. They good. Now, Jay, did the little girls in your neighborhood do this? Pickles and Cheetos.
No.
Like the girls, man, back in they used to have a pickle in one hand and a bag of Cheetos, like they mix that crunch. I don't know if it was like the dill and the cheese or the crunch together. I'd be like, the hell?
Nah,
like,
man, we take that now later.
Use my brain.
Yeah, no, we take the now later, put it inside, and it's actually pronounced now and later.
Oh, no.
Of course.
Don't try to tell us. It's everybody black in America say now later.
Now later.
Now later. I want, hey man, hey, I lost a tooth eating a now later before.
Not supposed to chew it. But people would chew it.
I wasn't trying to chew it, but it came in there like I bit down a little bit on it was a watermelon now later. And I was like, and it pulled my back tooth out.
Stuck in there.
It got stuck, and I was trying to wiggle it out. My whole damn tooth came out, man.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yes, but you put that in there, and sometimes you might want to put a peppermint in there. You can also have a peppermint pickle. Just saying.
Hey, man, I
should have
said I missed one of my real true snacks. Damn.
See?
No, not see. Boiled peanuts, man.
Did you say foil peanuts?
Boiled.
Boiled peanuts?
Yeah, boiled peanuts. You never had boiled peanuts before?
Again, allergic.
Damn. We couldn't have been friends as kids, I guess, Jay. I would have had you breaking out your eyes shut.
No, we could have. You just have all the peanut stuff, and I'd have all the other stuff,
all the pickle
like
stuff.
the pickles. Yeah, all the pickle stuff.
All right. Man.
But yo, it's been always fun. Per the usual, make sure that you like, smash that bell, hit the like, make sure that you subscribe, please. We always looking for subscribers, trying to get to that next plateau. You can hear us on the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Always a joy. I'm big. I'm not big. Yeah, I'm Buff Nerd. That's what I am. It's late. I'm the buff nerd. Let's go. I'm a big buff nerd.
Oh man, hey man, for the buff nerd Jace Dogs, I'm your boy Big Gang James. Thanks for tuning in, and please remember to like, subscribe, smash that bell. Until next time, y'all, be easy. Peace.